What is up, you guys? This is Seth Leroy Hustle Adventures, and right now we are going to get into how much we made this week. And my wife will probably repeat this, but it was only in 2 days. And I'll let her tell you how we did in those 2 days. And you know, here in Minnesota, it's getting to be that time of the year where it's getting nice out, and we can go outside and we can feel the spring breeze. So anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna kick it off to my wife, Sarah.
Hi everybody, it's nice to see you again. Yep, I'm back again, another week, another rundown of all the money we made with our runs this week. It was a shorter week this week because I don't know if y'all pay attention to the weather or not, but we were supposed to get a huge snowstorm in Minnesota. And it was supposed to hit our area over like 2 days. We were supposed to get like 6 inches one day and then like another 6 the next, which didn't happen. We actually just ended up getting around like 4 to 6 inches the second day. So the weather people were completely wrong. But so over the weekend, we made the executive decision not to start running on Monday and instead to wait it out until Wednesday, which was really cool to be able to do because in Minnesota, if you work somewhere, if you're employed and there's a snowstorm, in most cases, unless you work for like really nice people, your job expects you to be driving through a snowstorm to get to work and be on time, and a snowstorm is not an excuse unless you end up in the ditch somewhere. So what's really cool about owning your own business, especially in Minnesota, is that if the weather's bad, you can just decide to stay home. That was one of the main reasons why we ended up starting this business, is so that hopefully one year we don't end up a statistic because, we got to be on time to work. So yeah, that was nice to be able to call off of work and everything, and it be our choice and nobody gets in trouble. And so what we did instead was we just hung out at home, had family time, caught up on our shows. We took the kids sledding. We ate treats. It was a pretty fun time. So that was really cool, and it felt good to be able to own our own business and make that choice. But anyway, so when it came to Wednesday was time to run, and we ended up actually only having to go to Illinois that first day. So that day is kind of a blur to me, but I know it was early afternoon. We ended up getting a run from Winona, Minnesota to Belvedere, Illinois. And that was, okay, so from our house to Winona, that is, I'm just going to say hours. I don't know how many miles right off the top of my head, and I didn't write it down. It was a couple hours away. But I do have, I have kind of not round trip, but from our house to Winona and then to Belvedere, Illinois, it was 444 miles. And that was actually calculated into the price to be able to get this run. And it's crazy that we even got it because we were so far away from the pickup location. So anyway, that trip was 444 miles, and we ended up getting it for $550. So this was a great run, and it was great for the price. And then also it was great because where he ended up after dropping it off in Belvedere, Illinois, wasn't too far from Milwaukee or Chicago. So anyways, after the Belvedere, Illinois, he ended up going more towards Chicago, because I guess more loads do come out of Chicago than Milwaukee, but it's cool just to have that other, you know, area close by if nothing's coming out of Chicago, which, you know, that's less likely to happen. So, but his next run, okay, so he was in Crystal Lake, Illinois, which is close to Chicago, waiting for something to come out of Chicago, but it actually ended up, he ended up picking up in Taycheedah, Wisconsin, and then delivering to Sheboygan, and this was Thursday morning. He got it right off the bat, right away in the morning, and I was like, oh, cool, nice, yes, right in the morning, because he picked it up, dropped it off, and he was done by like noon or 1 o'clock. So all that running around and everything ended up being like 175 miles, and he got that run for $300. So that was a sweet little short run. And then after that, he kind of sat around and waited for the next one to come out. He was in Wisconsin, but he didn't end up getting anything until actually later that night, and it was for the next morning. So he was cool with it because it actually brought him back to Minnesota, which was amazing because we always like him to be home by Fridays as early as possible, even though, okay, so we say, yeah, okay, whatever, if it takes until Friday night, that's fine because then we'll have the weekend, but if he can get home on like a Friday morning, like that's like a bonus day for us, so that's really cool. So, okay, so the one he got back to Minnesota with was a pickup in Saukville, Wisconsin. Oh no, I'm sorry. Okay, so after he dropped that last load off in Sheboygan, he went to wait in Saukville. So then from Saukville, he went to go pick up in La Crosse, Wisconsin. And he actually did most of the driving that day. And then he spent the night in his van in Wisconsin. In the winter time, because that's what we do. We don't get hotel rooms. We set up a bed in the cargo van. So he was in La Crosse, Wisconsin, spent the night Thursday night, woke up to pick that up. He woke up pretty early in the morning, and he ended up at the location early. He wasn't supposed to be there until 8. But he was already there, and he had gotten like 7 hours of sleep, which is a good night's sleep for him. So he just went there early and asked if they had it ready to load. Don't be afraid to ask if you're early somewhere and you want to get things rolling. Like, just go in and ask someone if it's available, because you could end up getting like ahead of your schedule that way. And they did have it available. And then, so after they loaded it, he drove 3 hours to well, it's like 2 hours and 20 minutes to St. Paul, where he dropped it off, and then another hour back home, so that was only like 3 hours. So he was home by like 10 or 11. I want to say it was more like 11 o'clock. But that was really nice. He was home by 11 on Friday, and it was so great to be able to spend the whole day together. So, yeah. And I just want to tell you, okay, so this week for our goals, because we knew it was going to be a short week, all we wanted to do was just make the money for our bills this week, so that our bills ends up being $810 a week. So that's our low goal. If we can at least make our bills, we're good. You know, we got a lot of family time in, and we'll of course get more family time in. You know, now that he's home, we're just probably not going to spend as much money, because I'll go over the numbers here of what he made. He did make his goal. So total for all 3 runs. Oh, I didn't tell you how much the lacrosse back to Minnesota run was. I'm sorry, I'm so scatterbrained. I had to work today. I work in a salon, and I was busy all day, and then I had to come home. I made dinner. Now I'm doing this video, and of course I didn't write down everything like I normally do for these videos. But so okay, lacrosse to back to Minnesota. All that ended up being 426 miles. And he got that run for $420. So another good one. Okay, so total for all 3 runs, $1,270. He spent $246 in gas and food. So that leaves $1,024. And basically, I'm just going to say it was in 2 days, because he left on like Wednesday early afternoon and was home by Friday morning. So $205 of that is going to stay in our business account for savings and taxes. We're going to keep $132 in our business account for insurance. And then we're going to deposit into our own personal account $687. So anyways, we ended up making $9 more than our goal. Whoop, whoop, we're balling. But that's okay. That just means, you know, we're probably not going to spend as much money this week, but it is what it is, and we don't need to spend money every week. You know, you don't always need to buy things. You don't always need to go out. We got all our groceries here. We don't need to go out to eat anywhere. There's not much we need to buy, so it is what it is. And with these monthly or these weekly, our weekly budget, in our weekly budget, we have sinking funds, which are funds that they're for things that you save up for. Like Seth has a tattoo fund. That's just like $20. There's other sinking funds we have, like we have Christmas, which we're not going to skip out on that one, but we can definitely skip out on Seth's $20 tattoo fund. We can just use that. Okay, this isn't a sinking fund, but gas is $30 a week, and we just filled up the tanks for our own personal vehicle, so we're probably not going to need $30 for gas this week. And then there's another fund. It's not a sinking fund, but it's actually the camera that I'm on. We just pay $20 a week. We pay ourselves $20 a week back just to pay the camera off, because we pay for everything in cash, which gives you the benefit of deciding if you want to pay yourself a payment. So instead of like charging our camera to a credit card, we just bought it in cash and then we pay ourselves back. But on a week like this, if we don't want to make a payment to ourselves, we don't have to make a payment to ourselves. So that gives us $70 right there between the tattoo fund, the gas, and the camera payment. And then also, and Seth usually links this down below, but he has this really cool app. It's called Get Upside. It's where you basically get money back for buying gas. So he has on the app, when he heats gas, he looks around and there's like a map with gas stations, and it shows you how much it'll pay you per gallon after you fill up. So you pick your gas station, and then it'll give you so much time. You go and you pump your gas, and then it registers that you've pumped your gas. You either upload a receipt, or they can just tell because you put in your like account information, so they can see that you did in fact purchase gas wherever you went, and then you get however much money back per gallon. So he's had that app, and he has just like $46 on there, plus transactions that are still pending. But that's really cool. We can also use that. So between the Get Upside app and the our sinking funds and payments that we don't need to pay, we have like $125 in spending money for the week that we could use or we could not use. It's whatever. Usually it would just be on running errands to like the dollar store or Walmart, you know, for like batteries or something stupid. But who knows if we'll even use $125 this week. We have all bases covered. We got to stay safe at home during a snowstorm. Spent a lot of family time together, and we are completely happy. This 2-day run, we made our goal, and in 2 days, like, let's see, how much was it? Well, $819 or something like that was our profit. That's pretty good money to make in 2 days. So how cool is that? We pretty much got to chill and only had to work for like 2 days out of this week. And yeah, it helps that, you know, we don't buy things on credit. So like our money isn't going out to paying people for things. So we don't have to make our payment to our camera. He's got that Upside with like about $50 on it. And he's only had that Upside app for, he said, well, 7 days total, because our runs are only like 4 days, 4 or 5-ish days. And he's only had it for, he said, the last 2 runs. So in the last 2, like, you know, long stints of our runs, which adds up to 7 days, he's made like a little over $50. That's definitely worth it. So if you're the type of person who's out running for like 7 days a week, and you can make $50 in 7 days, that's like $200 in a month if you never go home. And I know some people who do that. So, I mean, if you're the type of person who stays out on the road and you're out running 7 days a week for a whole month and you got this Get Upside app, you're going to save $200 on your gas. So that's, especially in today's world, with what's going on right now with gas prices all over the place and what's going to be happening probably in the future, our gas prices are going to go up even higher. That's some money right there. That's $200 less a month on gas, and it will definitely make a difference in our life, especially on weeks like this where we can't work the full amount that we want to. It's going to make a difference. It's going to be extra change, and if we don't end up spending it, and we'll save it for like our anniversary or something, go to some fancy steakhouse. That's what I like to do. Get a hotel. No, I don't know, but yeah, so I hope you guys are pretty impressed with what we've done this week. I'm impressed. I was so happy. We just barely made our goal, but heck yeah. Only 2 days? What the crap? And then we got to spend all that time together. Sorry, I'm ranting. It's just, I even baffle myself with all this stuff. I can't believe it. How much money you can make just doing this and being gone for 2 days. That's just nuts to me. This is all just so awesome. I'm so glad we did this business. Just being in control. Being in control of our lives it's been such a relief. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this little financial analysis of the breakdown of the week we had this week. It's cool you guys like it. I like doing it. So anyways, yeah, I'll probably catch you next week with another rundown of hopefully another great week. We've had so many great weeks so far. This is crazy. Like, there hasn't been a bad week yet. So anyway, I will catch you guys next time. Like, share, comment, subscribe to our videos, and we will see you next time. Thank you for watching.